Do I need to? Hello, amazing people. I'm back, and hopefully the sound is restored. I do have a caller on hold, um, right now that wants to weigh in on a topic. If for those that didn't see, make sure you check out part one of this. I show at the beginning my response to um this young black man being killed, and also some clips from some different black women on TikTok that weighed in on the situation as well. There's a few different views, so this is part two. But you want to go and check out part one. Hello, caller.
Hi,
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
That's good. I spoke with you before a little while ago, and I enjoy the way you put it down,
Thank you.
so real and so raw. And I wanted to chime in
Okay.
on this topic because a lot. This is happening a lot. Like, I mean, this is one of many, many, many stories that has made it to the front line.
Mm-hmm.
To the news. However, for the last 2 months, I've been hearing stories just about every day, honestly, just about every day of white women killing black men and white men killing black
Mm-hmm.
women. Now, I kind of like agree with the one guy that was saying, about the donor and all of that kind of stuff. I think there's a more nefarious agenda behind what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
People are wicked. And the people who made those discouraging comments about that woman's son are wicked. And they're
Right.
hurt. They became wicked because they're hurt and they didn't know how to heal. And, they're just living life on a hard part.
Right.
They were wrong for saying that. And if they were in that mother's shoes, I'm sure they would not want anyone to say that.
Mm-mm. Nope.
I'm sure they would.
Nope. They wouldn't.
However, and I'm glad that you checked that other gentleman that used that terrible, terrible comparison.
Absolutely. For people watching me, I'm right is right, wrong is wrong. It don't matter if it's me. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? I don't go along with stuff. I feel like that's what a lot of people did with this thing. They jumped on a bandwagon of other black women sitting up here and saying, "Oh, we're gonna sit this one out." There's a bunch of black women on TikTok saying, "Oh, we're gonna sit this one out," because of the tweets he made, because he was with a white woman, things like that. You didn't have to comment at all.
Right.
You didn't have to
That's
make any
true.
content. You didn't have to say anything. But one thing that when I was watching this, and I this was in my spirit, that the same thing make you laugh or make you cry.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And like I told you,
That's
women, y'all
right.
got kids. Y'all got black men that in y'all family that y'all love. You have to be careful out here when you do those kind of things.
Yes, yes, indeed. That's true. That is true. And it's terrible. I don't want to make it like a race thing, but it sticks out. The story is just too much of it.
Right.
And like I said, this is one of many, many, many stories that it just made it to the front line where it
Right.
has the attention, you know. And I agree with the gentleman that said we all need to step back. It was like he was in my mind at that moment when I was
Right.
thinking that thought, he said it.
Right.
We need to not give up on each other.
Right.
We
Right.
need to start respecting one another and having compassion for each other. We need
Mhm.
to step back. We need to reset. We need to self adjust, hold ourselves accountable, and let's try this thing again
Absolutely.
together.
Yeah.
Love is love. And I get that. I get sometimes, you will find love outside of yourself. And when I mean that, like the skin that you're in, you
Mhm.
can find love outside of yourself. But
Right.
I think once again, it starts from the mother's love. It
Mhm.
starts from the household. Because don't no black boy want to raise, go out there and get a black woman that reminds him of his miserable ass mother, of his mother that's downing him and pushing him out and blaming him for everything. And like you said, oh, you look like your father or you're acting like your father, and vice versa. So sometimes people tend to change, turn from that. They look outside of themselves, and then sometimes it's really just, let me try something different. Variety is the spice of life, so they say. And for those type of people that I don't have a preference. I'm out here dating, and just so happen I fell in love with a white man, or an Asian girl, or a white girl, or an Indian man. It happens like that. But really, Black people, we need to stick together. Be on code. Be on code with one another. You don't have to be in a relationship. You don't have to like somebody. You don't, just respect that person because you know their struggle. 9 times out of 10, the struggles are the same struggles you have. Why you want to beat that man up? Or why you want to beat that woman up? We both, Black men and Black women, we need to take more accountability for ourselves and try to get it back together, like that one gentleman was saying, back in the 50s and the 60s, 70s, and even the 80s until the crack era came. And when they got finished with the crack era, they introduced the AIDS era to us. And they broke us apart. And then they dangled flashy stuff in front of us. And they taught us how to be envious and divide.
Yeah.
They taught us how to compete. How you compete and y'all both living in a project?
Yeah. That's what
There's no reason for that. If anything, y'all should be sticking together.
How they gonna stick together when they competing with one another and sitting up here mad because one person made it and they got money and you don't, and like, why are we like that? Like, I'm somebody win, I'm a clap for him. You feel what I'm saying? If you make it before me, I'm a clap for him. It's so many girls, that live in the projects. I done coached them with they,
told them like these are the steps to become a homeowner. How about 5 of them became a homeowner? Am I mad because I'm not a homeowner? No, I was clapping for them. I'm happy
for y'all. I'm not. Listen, I've helped so many people get their GEDs. Right? I didn't even have mine. I didn't even have mine. You feel what I'm saying? I think people don't even understand how deep it go. I didn't even have mine. Then I went and got mine after everybody got theirs. But I was never mad. I was never compete. Oh, I ain't helping them get theirs. I don't even got mine. I've never
like that. And I think
that's why you stay blessed. That's why you're gonna forever be blessed, Shalakimia. I'm here to tell you because I am also a living testimony. I come from very humble beginnings. And when I say I want for everyone what I want for myself, and of course I only want the best for myself. Of course. I only want the best for myself. I deserve it. I know it's within my birthright. And if I gotta strive a little harder and a little longer to get it, then so be it. But I want that for y'all too. So whenever y'all achieve, I'm there to celebrate. Whenever y'all down, I'm there to try and help you see the bright side.
absolutely.
I get that. But because of that, you're gonna forever be blessed.
Yeah.
And those same people that you encourage and lift up, and you try to talk that positive, that positive energy into them, so they could get their momentum going, and maybe walk in your footsteps. You know what they'll turn around and say? Oh, she thinks she's better. No, I never said that. I never said I was better. You said that. You think that I'm better. I'm trying to help you. I want us to be together. I'm not competing with you. And I know Shalakimia is us. That man was right. We got power, but not in the sense where he was talking. He went left. Us women have the power. We really do. But the I don't know, this generation. I don't want to just put it on one generation because it's within the last few generations outside of grandma. And maybe mom, depending on the age, But the young mothers and the young grandmothers are today, they don't want to grow old. They want to stay young. They want to stay in competition. They want a man. And when you get the man, You don't want to accept him for who he is. You want to bash him and beat him and bang him and make him into what your mind says or feels a man should be.
Right.
But you chose that. You
Absolutely.
chose that man. And now you're going to be mad at him because he's not what you need or want, and vice versa. We've been trained to be a certain way with each other so this day can happen. So they can divide us up and have us at war with each other with the stupidest things.
Mm-hmm.
Have us at war with each other for the stupidest things while we being picked off,
Right.
subtle, one by one.
Absolutely. I gotta
They
cut you
killing
off.
us
I got
one
so
by
many.
one.
Since you've been on the phone, I got about 25 missed calls, but I want to thank you for calling in. I want to try to get everybody,
Thank you for
their
having me.
time.
Thank you for. It's always a nice thing to talk to you, Shauna Keem. Hopefully, I can do it again soon. You be blessed. You stay
You
blessed, and
too.
I love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. Have a good evening.
You too. Good night.
Good night. I do. Can y'all hear me? I want to give people, a chance to say what they have to say. That's what my platform is about. I just hope that, we get better.
And we do better. Hello, caller. Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good, and you?
How you doing today? I'm doing well. I want to say, I spoke with you. I was on the show last night, actually.
Mhm.
Um, this is what we see. That like when I was watching the videos that you were showing earlier,
Mhm.
it's these are the same women who are asking us to protect them,
Right. Yep.
to provide for them.
Yep.
These are the very same women.
Mhm.
So to me, my thing is, why in the world, like, why in the world would you prove him right by reacting the way that you did?
Right.
For whatever all the things that he may have said, why would you react in a way to prove him right? You're
Mhm.
only justifying how he felt.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
It's easy for us to find reasons and ways for us to hate each other.
Mhm.
There is a hatred that comes, like I feel that there's a disdain that comes from black women's black men.
Right.
And the thing is, black men find themselves proving themselves to someone
Mhm.
or proving themselves to a woman from beginning to the end.
Mhm.
That's just the way it is. From the time that we step up and we step to her, we
Mhm.
have to prove ourselves from that point until it ends.
Right.
And a lot of people have problems with the fact that we have expectations or preferences, which is the key word,
Mhm.
because a woman's preferences, which are really standards, it's like he has to be this tall, he has to be this, he has to be that. That's a standard. That's not a preference.
Right.
Like if it's a preference, it's negotiable. But if this man has a preference, there's a problem, and you want to hate him for having that preference.
Mhm.
I like to say this: black men who like white women, it's a secondary choice. It's by default, and generally they've had bad experiences. The same way that black women have had bad experiences with men that
Mhm.
has them posting and saying all of this negative stuff about black men.
Mhm.
Then when he's doing it on Twitter, it becomes a problem.
Right.
But it's the same energy. I can't look down my timeline at all.
Mhm.
And within 3 or 4 posts, seeing something about what black men don't do, what we don't have, how we don't do this, and how we don't do that. And we're wondering, if you hate us, how can we ever? Okay, let me put it this way. There's this saying. It says, "Behind every great man is an even greater woman."
Mhm.
Now, if you want to take credit for that in the good sense,
Mhm.
you also have to take credit for it in the bad sense. If there are no great men, where are the great women? If all of us ain't, I hope, if all of us ain't shit, and we're such terrible people.
Mm-hmm.
What women do we have behind us to sit back and cheer a man on, or basically, I'm gonna sit this one out because he wasn't dating one of us? That's disgusting. That's disgusting. But it's
Mm-hmm.
the same person, the same type of person that you're saying, hey, protect me, provide for me, even if I don't expect anything out
Yep.
of myself, or if I don't expect me to be able to provide. I get angry when you ask me, what do I bring to the table? I still need you to do this, that, and the third for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been saying for a little minute, why do we in death? That's when a man feels his love. He has to die for it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when George Floyd died, when Jacob Blake got shot, and Orlando Castillo. I remember the rally that women would use was, "I love
Mm-hmm.
you, black man, even if the world doesn't."
Yep.
Well, you're part of that world that doesn't love us. You're part of it. They utilize you. Like right
Mm-hmm.
now, mom, you keep blank. You're somebody is doing something because of your message. You keep blanking out. Like if you're saying some crazy ratchet stuff,
Mm-hmm.
never would you blank out. Somebody's doing something.
I know.
They don't want your message to get out there. All right.
I know.
And for some reason, we refuse to see stuff like that. It's just, oh well, it sounds like it. No, they don't want you like they don't want you us rocking with you because we're hearing you, we're listening to you, and I hope that the ladies are listening to you because in order to maximize the love that you're going to get from a man, you have to be able to be willing to give it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to be able to ask a man to love you in spite of you. He has to love you because of you, and that's what it is. We're not asking like we're asking you for peace. If anybody asks you what do you bring to the table, we're asking for peace. Nothing that you have monetarily is of any consequence to me
Mm-hmm.
because I'm less than a man to ask you for any of that stuff.
Right.
I just need to know how you add to my peace.
Mm-hmm.
Stop looking for reasons to get angry at us and try loving us and see what kind of example you get out of us. That's how those great women make great men. Nothing moves a man like a woman.
Right.
Everything that we do is somehow attached to a woman. Even the mistakes that we make, it's somehow attached to a woman, whether it's trying to impress a woman or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
You have the power to unlock the best of us. But this hate stuff and loving to see the fact that this man died and actually now I'm gonna sit this one out because he wasn't what you thought he should be or what you wanted him to be. So now, okay, well, he died. If he died, he died.
Yeah.
How
This
can how can you be sitting back and asking another black man to support you?
when you've
Right?
reacted when that was your response.
Mm-hmm.
To
And
this black man's life. I appreciate you calling, and I do. I'm trying to keep it to 2 minutes. I'm almost at like
yeah,
300 missed calls. I want to
I'm
try
gonna
to.
let everybody get in here,
okay,
and I want
yeah,
to make
yeah,
another
okay,
point. But I appreciate you so much, and thank you for pouring into the show.
no problem.
Thank you. Before the next person calls in, I want to kind of make a point, really quick that, um, it by watching some of this stuff, it just seems like the black man's life isn't valuable to some people.
Just like he was saying, these are the same black women that want to be protected, but that's your response. But I want to know. I want to know, did this man's mother, sisters, brother, family reach out to anyone? Can y'all hear me? I
Yeah,
know.
the sound's going. It's going in and out. I'm sure. I'm sure it's going in and out. I'm sure it is. Um, I'm sure. I don't know why the volume keeps going in and out. I don't have problems any other time. When I start talking about things like this, that's when I start having a problem. Y'all can't hear me. It's still going in and out.
Um. I'm low. I'm all the way up. You can hear me now? What I
What I
was
was saying was I was trying to figure out these black women that are like, oh, we want to sit this one out. I feel like a lot of them wanted attention. I feel like a lot of them were being followers, but at the end of the day, who did his mom reach out to y'all? Did his family reach out to y'all and ask y'all to speak up or ask y'all to do something? Like nobody asked y'all to even be involved. Sit it out then. That's how I feel about it. Sit it out. But make sure you can accept that same energy.
when the tables turn for somebody to sit it out when it comes to you or your loved one. Because we reap what we sow. You have to understand that. You
Reap
reap exactly.
exactly what you sow. Nobody called these black women and asked them to help do anything. Nothing. Nothing, but y'all have so much mouth. Ashley, I want you to call in.
Hello, caller. Give me one sec.
There you go. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Hi.
Hi.
I'm gonna put my. Hey, Miss Shalakina, how you doing?
I'm good and you?
Oh man, this is great. I'm glad I finally get to talk to you one on one.
Okay.
And you want me to comment, or do you want me to ask a question? How you want to do it?
Yeah, are you calling to weigh in on what we're talking about tonight?
Yeah, I, I,
Okay.
I called it the last because I had to go outside with my daughter real quick. The last piece I heard was the gentleman that was trying to explain, which I didn't understand, some power from a child to an adult. And I know you
Yeah.
told him, sir, that didn't make any sense. And well, you didn't say that, but I knew it was where you were going. But you know, I guess shall I say, but this gentleman or this man who's now deceased, this Caucasian woman, you know, I don't know. I will just say this. I don't try to discriminate. I know there's a lot of hate going on in the country.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of racism coming out. And, I think we know where all that came from, or it never went away. It was just brought back, shall I say, by
Mm-hmm.
the last guy who was in the White House. But anyway, um, I don't know the full story of why this man or what happened between the two.
Right.
But the way the way that he was killed, uh, you know, it's horrible. I don't know what was exchanged between the two.
Mm-hmm.
They only those two know what happened
Right.
when that went on. But you know, I'm
What?
just trying to wrap my head around why we as a people, or there's a lot of aspects that go into it. You got to look at you know if the roles were reversed, you know where would that man be at right now? How would that man be being treated? What type of discussion would we be having? If this man plunged the knife into her chest, you know.
Yeah, it would
So
be, it would definitely be.
Different. He would be painted as a monster all over the media, all over social media. My thing is, like I said earlier in the show, it's not that I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. They said that she allegedly killed them, stabbed them to death, and now she's trying to say she pleading insanity or whatever. My thing is I want him to get justice. Absolutely.
My
oh,
thing
absolutely.
is the response to what happened to him. I feel is evil, it's ugly, it's toxic. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Someone I was close with,
I had to put in that video that I put up earlier today, and they were laughing and they were smirking. They were like, "Hey, black women, we're going to sit this out," and I'm just sitting up here looking like, "Huh?" I was very surprised, and I voiced that to this person. I'm surprised that was your response to this. Like, God forbid if that was me, would that be your response about my son? Because
that's how I have to feel now. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You don't know
I'm
this
100%
man,
with you.
but I'm feeling like, is this who you really are? I don't want to be attached to women like that. I don't want to talk to women. I don't know. No.
No, no. I don't want you
that's not
nowhere
how
about
we're
it.
about to respond to this situation or any man. We're not about to respond to this about a black woman. We're not about to do this.
You
We're
know,
not doing this.
I furthermore, and because I'm in 100% agreement with you. I think, uh, looking at this, at the end of the day, the man still deserves justice because in any aspect of this game, in any court of law, going in there before a judge, prosecutors, the whole nine, um, if the roles were reversed, you know, there wouldn't be a reason. Well, I mean, they could come out with, why the man did it if the roles were reversed.
Mm-hmm.
But, with the man is gone. And, as the courts always say, that's one of the most horrific ways to die, you know, and it's personal to be stabbed.
Mm.
So, when you're killed in that manner, you know, the person doing it, man, you got a lot of anger to even pick up a knife and drive it into someone's chest,
Mm-hmm.
causing their death in the first place.
Right.
And then, the excuses on why. You know, I, I anger is supposed to be one thing. Just like the situation with my man, black little boy on the stage. You know, your your actions is what brought that about. This
Mm-hmm.
young lady, whatever happened between you two or whatever was said were words.
Mm-hmm.
When you take it upon yourself to say, okay, well now I'm going to end all of this, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to take you off the scene, and I'll just go from there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've made a conscious decision, whether you want to call it premeditated or not.
Right.
You made a conscious decision to make this act known. This is what you're going to do, and this is what you've done. And there's a lot of men in prison right now who made the same choice,
Mm-hmm.
who don't get the benefit of the prosecutors or the defense attorneys coming forward and
Mm-hmm.
making excuses. It's automatic jail. You
Right.
know, I know brothers been locked up for stealing candy bars. You're going to be in there until we get this figured out.
Yeah. It's
There is no bond for you. We
right.
already know there's two different justice systems in this country. We know that,
Right. It's a
but
lot. I have to I have to cut you off. Like I'm telling you, my
Phone is ringing off the hook. I'm gonna try to keep it at like 2 3 minutes. I'm gonna try.
okay,
But I want to just thank you for weighing in and pouring in, and saying your view and taking your time to call in.
I respect you 100%. Thank you for what you're doing.
Thank you so much.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Bye bye. I'm gonna take a few more calls. Like I said earlier, it really it was about the response to the situation.
situation. Um, I don't know who would even it. I still can't really wrap my mind around why people are responding in that kind of way. Um, I like I said, I hello caller.
Hello, this is Dyson. Here to speak on certain things. Certain things that have happened throughout the weeks with the YouTube spaces. I mean, pertaining to sort of the female side of it, but I don't want to say the names of these channels or anything.
Okay.
Um, uh, I don't know if anyone watched these spaces or anything. There was a space where they was trying to expose a channel. It was really it's that a channel was trying to expose another YouTuber, another female YouTuber
Mm-hmm.
who's all the way from England, and they was claiming that was a Catholic. I mean, the person still have to show their face. You know what they did? They doxed the woman's address, doxed the woman's job. When as far as doxing the woman's job, no, not the actual one. It was a subscriber that
Mm-hmm.
follows the woman from England.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right. Yeah, they assumed that that subscriber was that person faking the funk or whatever. Oh yeah, even when as far as trying to get the subscriber's husband's information and all. And
Mm-hmm.
then when the YouTuber from England did a meetup face to face of that
Mm-hmm.
YouTuber was nowhere to found.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't decide to show her face, no none of that. And now she's going months on end not showing content. I'm gonna say the name. consecrated name is Cryologic. I don't like it. It's highly toxic. She lied or whatever. She lied about the person. Yeah, no. My only one thing about the I'm not saying all the way together. The
Yeah, I
person
don't.
name is Jessica X. She ain't she don't show her face no nothing like that. But the fact you went as far as doxing another person who follows Jessica X just to expose who, and not only that, she didn't take down the video saying, "Oh, she was wrong about doxing the person." That person who I thought was Jessica X, wasn't Jessica X. She didn't do none of that shit. I mean,
Okay.
these people have no. I mean, and that goes for the man side too. On the manosphere, oh, you see what happened with Tommy? I want to say Tammy Sotomayor. The reason why his channel this time was taken down is he was doxing people. He was doing this doxing people, recording people without their knowledge, and not only recording people without their knowledge. He was buying views and all that. I mean, that's why he was taking down this time or whatever on that platform. But I'm not I'm not here to do all that. I say all that to say these people have no integrity, no morals. Oh, that's another thing. I've
Okay.
also I'm not I kid you not. I forgot the channel's name. Yeah, I don't even. It's toxic. I mean, that person follows a person who has a picture of a black man being lynched while a black woman being on while a black woman is on the swing. But also, which doesn't make sense, those black women who's being lynched, where
Mm-hmm.
the stomach, not only that, the stomach cut open with their head stepped on, or the baby was ripped out of the stomach, fed to the alligators. I don't know why they take pride on all that. She was following them. Oh, you know what? The
Sir, I gotta cut you
the
short.
run of the YouTube channel said to her, "Oh, I can't do nothing for you. You deal with these."
Can
Um,
you hear me?
yeah, yeah.
I appreciate you calling, and I have to keep it
No,
down to
I'm gonna
three
finish it up. I
minutes.
gotta finish it up. I gotta save it. I gotta save it. All right. To make a long story short, which she cussed up one of the false subscribers or whatever. She gave money, super chats, all that. That lady did a video, so I'm gonna take a step back. I want nothing to do with YouTube. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna let you say what you need to say. I'm sorry.
Okay. No, I just want to thank you for calling, and I have the phone is ringing, so I have to, keep it down to 2 to 3 minutes. But I thank you for, calling in.
I know. Sorry, YouTube. You up?
I'm gonna take a few more calls, and then I'm gonna wrap up. The phone line is open. Let me put the number back up there. Phone line is open. I'm gonna take a few more calls. We're gonna limit it to about 2 minutes, and then I'm gonna wrap up for the night and try to figure out how I can come better with the sound. The sound just started messing up like 2 days ago. I don't know. I mean, but it's not shocking. I've been shadow banned. Um,
and everything. So
Hello, caller.
How you doing, Miss Alakini? This is Cleon again.
Hey,
How you
Cleon.
doing?
I'm good, and you? You want to weigh in on what we talking
I'm doing
about?
well. Yes, yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. And I want to make sure that I have a clear understanding on what we're speaking on, and I understand the time limit as well. Keep it down to 2 or 3 minutes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just this whole thing about the guy getting killed, huh?
Yeah, he was killed. They said he was killed by his girlfriend or whatever. I mean, definitely rest in peace to him, and my condolences to his family. I just hope that the Almighty wraps, I'm praying that the Almighty God wraps his loving arms around them. It was more of the response from Black women on social media to his death for me that I seen an issue with that. I felt, and I'm gonna be honest, I felt like some women, Black women, felt like it was a moment to gloat. It was a moment of, that's what you get, and I don't understand that. So that's the gist of what we're talking about.
And I definitely understand, and it comes from a place of, from what I'm seeing, from what I kind of look at and research on, is that the mindset that we know And we see it every day that needs to be changed as far as the I am my brother's keeper is so powerful. And I am my sister's keeper is so powerful and strong that we've gotten so far away from it and the selfishness that the world has projected to us to say that is the life that and it's more projected to the kings and the queens, you know what I mean? That is projected to stay away from each other, to leave each other alone. They give you the illusion of it's better over here. When I look at it as if you look into history, when we are damaged, and you got to understand those same people at this day and time still have same that same vicious, degrading, unadulterated DNA flowing through their blood as well.
Right.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
no.
and we have to we just have, it's almost like it's not taking a chance, it's just something that needs to be done. But I think more of us as Black women and men think it's too much of a risk for us to just stop and come together and try to work with each other. Because it's almost like if you've been doing something wrong for so long, which is not sticking with the Black man or sticking with the Black woman, once that has been integrated into your mind and you see the outcome, you see it on television, you see it on the airways, the algorithms, all of that shows you. It shows you that, hey, y'all are second class. And we just refuse to, we've gotten comfortable with long as it isn't me. But soon as it comes knocking at our door, Miss Kenya, we want hell to freeze over and everybody to jump out of their seats and do what we need them to do. Yeah. But just like you said, that if I look at my family that way, I have to look at the next man's family that way.
Absolutely. I wouldn't want if that was me and that was anybody. You know, I'm sure nobody would want somebody sitting up there laughing at the death of their loved one or feeling because their loved one picked a person from another race that they deserve to die, or oh, that's on them, or oh, us Black women gonna sit this one out. Speak for yourself. I'm not sitting this one out.
Hold on, Miss Kimia. Are you telling me that a Black woman says something of that nature?
Yeah, I played the video earlier when Black women were saying they're going to sit this one out because he was on Twitter and he was talking down about Black women, you know, and how he preferred a white woman. Okay, Black women do the same thing. What did he do wrong?
Different? Oh my God.
Yeah, oh my God. There was women laughing. You have to go back. You have to watch my part 1. And matter of fact, the videos on my YouTube, I pulled a few clips of women on TikTok. There were some women, you know, that were like, you know, I'm disgusted by this. There was some women, you know, basically telling other Black women, like, you know, like what are you talking about? They were basically like, we're going to sit this one out because you were with a white woman. We're going to sit this one out because you bash Black women on Twitter. Okay, well, Black women bash Black women and Black women bash Black men. So what? We're focusing. Why is that even brought up? He was killed, and what does that even have to do with anything? The proof is all over social media. Black women made it their business to make video and make content saying, "Oh, we're gonna sit this one out." Oh, look at what he was posting on Twitter. I'm dead serious. I posted it.
That is surface demonic, Miss Kimia. That is almost surface demonic.
Darling, what are you talking about? Why aren't you telling the story? Why am I telling the story about what? What I'm saying would, if you want to call in, call in. But what do you
let you get them, Kimia. Let them know what time it is, because at the end of the day, I am my sisters and my brothers' keeper, no matter how good or how bad they are.
Right.
No matter what. And when you learn that somewhat puts a shield over you and your family.
Absolutely.
In some cases, it's better to live that way than not. Because
these same women would sit up here and they wouldn't appreciate somebody else laughing at their tragedy. You see what I'm saying? They wouldn't appreciate that. So it's like, why are we on here doing that though?
Oh my God, because like
That's
I said, you
crazy.
use the algorithms and you use the platforms for what they supposed to be used for, and it's for to uplift and connect our people to a place which where we're not only financially trying to be in the right standing, but we are mentally and spiritually trying to be in the right standing. And it's like, yo, queens, like y'all, y'all are the givers of culture.
Hmm.
That's so powerful. It's so strong.
Right.
Y'all hold the Eve gene is for the 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 essence of God to say such a thing like that is is low. If it's even not a religious thing, it is pure, unadulterated
But they serve
evil.
they serve God though. They Christians. They serve God. They love God and God gonna bless them. Well, let me tell you like this: God ain't blessing that
Oh
mess.
my goodness!
God ain't blessing that mess. I got a message for him. God ain't blessing that mess. I promise you that. I
I
promise you
don't think
that.
no God bless it. I don't care what God you serve,
I promise you that. I promise you.
but no God gonna bless that.
At all. At all. I gotta go though, cause I need to get
Thank you
somebody in
so much,
here.
sis.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
May, so you said, look, let's be real. We gotta stop sugarcoating it. These brothers got a right to choose. Just don't dish your race. I don't laugh out loud at no one. Trust it said he shouldn't be bashing women. So because he was bashing women, it's okay for them to um basically find it amusing, or basically saying, oh, it's his fault that he got killed. May, you don't even make any sense. Your comment before doesn't even make any sense. I'm inviting you in peace and love to call in. That's what I'm inviting you to do. I'm inviting every woman in the comments to um call in. Don't sit in the comments and say what you got to say. Call in. We can talk like adult women. I don't have a problem with that. I'm waiting for you, May, to call in. Cause see what I don't like when people have a lot of mouth in the comments when this is why I created a call in number. So you don't have to just sit in the comments. You can call on in and say what you have to say. Since we want to be real, since we're being real, people are bashed every single day. This was not the black woman's, oh, I'm going to stand on the stage and, oh, because he was dating a white woman or because he bashed us, oh, we going to sit this one out. Nobody asked y'all to sit in.
Some of y'all ain't even worthy to sit in. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Hello? Hello, caller.
The right person. I was calling into the show.
Yes, this is the show. You're live.
Oh wow! Hey, how you doing? I'm Curtis Black Love. I was calling because I just wanted to speak about the situation with black men um, dating outside their race. It's more of a psychological thing. I see a lot of people getting it wrong. They just talking about their own personal experiences
Hmm.
in which they just saying, okay, well, black men date outside their race because they feel like black women could be difficult and all that. It has nothing to do with that. It's a psychological thing
Hmm.
where we think that we are not as big as a white man unless we have to get the queen. It goes through so many different scenarios. There's so many variables to it. Damn. Should I be talking right now? I'm watching it. You on the show right now? You live or
Yeah, I'm
I just want
live.
to
I'm live right now. That's what I'm saying. Like I really don't. I don't understand it. Like what did he do? Like people are saying, oh, you can date who you want, but don't diss us. Black women be on here dissing black men all
that's
day, dissing all day, and now y'all mad and y'all upset because this man chose not to date what women that got an attitude. What not to date women that act miserable, act toxic.
that's true.
Like, let's be real. You mad? If you mad that black men are sitting up here going to other countries and dating other races, what would that spark in a black woman? Let me do better. Let me
That's
do
true.
better. They'll never think about that though. It's like, oh, you a sellout. But y'all just congratulated Eve for having a baby to a white man. Make me understand it.
That's facts, though.
Make me understand what's going on right now because I'm confused. It don't make sense to me.
No, but I think as far as the black man goes, I think it's more of a self hatred too, to some extent. It ain't because if you look at it on a scale, black men date outside their race more than any race put together. So it has to be a little bit more deep rooted in the attitude that a black woman gets.
It's a
So you gotta
different
have the
it's
attitude of
different
a black
things
woman. I
though.
don't know what the hell's wrong with them, but I don't knock anybody for dating outside their race. But to me, I support black people and black queens only because if you look at our race, black women are first to get married. No, they're the first to get divorced, and they're the last to get married. So we gotta look out for our race to some extent. But dating outside the race, they to each his own. Just don't disrespect us over here. I hate when people put that narrative that black women are this, black women are that. Black women has no choice but to be strong because of the history of the situation where the black man dropped the ball in this situation. So a black woman it's like they're playing both roles. Unfortunately, especially when it comes to a lot of these parent households back in the '60s, it was many parents, black man and black woman together, couples and stuff like that, despite all the racism and all the situations it's gone through. But as time go on, the household is different. There's a lot of single black women raising these young black men, and they can't just be a regular woman. They have to be a tough woman to raise
But
a man.
do you
You
know
know.
why? Do you know why? Do you know that there's so many different aspects to that right there? Do you know there's so many different aspects and so many
I know
different
what the government is.
reasons why? I'm not even talking about that. There's so many different reasons. But what I'm saying is, you saying like single moms and they got to be strong because they playing both roles. Okay, let's break that down to when we do it comes to the table, we have that conversation, right? There's only one reason that comes up. And what is the one reason? The black man walked out. The black man left his children. That's the only reason that is discussed. What I'm coming to the table and I'm trying to say that no, that's not the only reason. I'm not saying, oh, that's not a reason or that's not somebody's situation. What I'm saying is let's talk about the black woman that sat up and pushed the black man out the house. That's a number two reason. You see what I'm
Black
saying?
community and the women, black women trying to play both sides, and unfortunately, you're absolutely right. There's a lot of cases
Yeah, there's a lot of different explanations.
keep talking.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of different explanations to it. Everybody's situation is different, but we only come to the table and black women only want to discuss one. We don't, us as black women, I feel like we're not coming to the table and talking about the part we played. You see what I'm saying? We come to the table, not all of us, some of us, but we'll come to the table and we will point the finger at black men. That's what I'm saying. We'll point the finger. We never ever come to the table and be like, oh, well, you know what? I was this way. I was that way. When I first started my platform, I came to the platform. I said, listen, I used to be a woman that did not respect, value, or appreciate black men. I came to the table being honest about mine
Mm.
because that was a conversation that was needed. You see what I'm saying? It's always a conversation of how the black man lacks. It's never a conversation of how us black women lack, how we fall short. That's what I'm saying. I'm not coming to the table trying to say that black women haven't experienced this. I'm saying that, baby, at the end of the day, that's not the only reason. But let's come to the table and talk about all the reasons, though. Let's not just talk
Mm.
about the reasons that make black men look bad. We're not
Yeah,
going to do that.
but you're aware that it's all by design. The way the situations are happening right now, it's quite unfortunate because when you look at the '60s, when you start to see the drop in two-parent household, it started in the '70s, and that was done by J. Edgar Hoover with his on his deathbed. He put so many implementations in with policies such as the welfare program. I think that's the same year that he died, where he said if a woman don't have a man in his house, they'll support him.
And then another thing he did was took out all the trades buildings jobs, which we was the tradesmen back in the 60s. They took out all the trades because they was wondering like where all these black people getting this money from. Well, a lot of mom and pop was working for the factory where it makes a lot of money. So, and we was giving money to the power struggle, you know, the groups to try to fight to help us.
Mm-hmm.
But and they realized what they did. They took all the money out. They took all the trade jobs out. They resourced a lot of those trade jobs. And when they did that, a lot of black men became unemployed. So they made us a lot of us, we started to feel like we're inadequate to the black woman because we can't put bread and butter on the table. So that was just the start of it. And then with the welfare system saying, if you don't got a man in your house, we'll support you. That was another program saying a woman don't even have to deal with a black man because the government will take care of him. So they did something specifically to us because before the 70s, we were cohesive. Despite we had our differences, we were together. It's a significant difference now. So,
Absolutely. Thank you so much for calling in, though. I appreciate you.
I appreciate you too. It was excellent. It was fun.
Have a good night.
uh,
Darling Meadows, how are you talking about me? Are you talking about I missed to the point? Because you're welcome to call in. It's
It's crazy to me.
hello, caller.
Are you talking about me? Yes, how are you?
Can you have to turn me down?
Did I what?
You have to turn me down.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This is May. How are you?
Hi, May. I'm good, and you?
Fine. We may not agree, but I do want to speak on this topic. I don't want you to think that I don't want to call in because I am leaving a lot of comments with my red heels, but glad to speak with you.
Okay.
Okay, well, let me just say one thing first of all, okay?
You have to turn me. You have to turn that down, May.
Oh, okay. I see now. Okay. First and foremost, so I appreciate your honesty when you said that you came on your platform. Oh, is it down?
No, I can still hear you. And have to cut it off until you're done.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yep.
I'm gonna turn it all the way down. Okay. First and foremost, so I say that when you started your platform, that you were being honest about some of the things that you were going through, and maybe you pushed the black man away. Well, that was you. I don't think that you should put all the black women in that category. You also said that some of us have attitudes, which we do, and other people, other races have attitudes too. Unfortunately, when you're a black woman, though, you're just at the bottom of the pot. Nobody, has that respect for you. Other people can get away with stuff, and we can't. And then another thing you said, though, you're saying that we're mad because he chose better. You said something about he chose better. A white woman can't be better than a black woman.
Who said better? Who said better? No, I said he chose. No, that's not what I said. I said because he chose another race. I would never say that anybody is better than black women. I said he chose another race.
I think that we should rewind that because I wrote it down in my paper. So when we rewind that later, I think you did say chose better.
No, how you gonna think I said it? How you gonna do you think or do you know?
Well, I can't even hear you.
I said, did you think? Okay, well, do you think I said it or did you know I said it?
Okay, if that's a misunderstanding, that's my part.
Okay.
But there's so many aspects. Listen to me. Listen to me well, though. There's so many aspects to this. I'm a black woman. I have children. I'm married. I have nothing against our black men dating outside their race. But you got to understand, when a black man gets with a white woman and he disrespects black women or black people, period, we take that as okay, that's what you get. You wanted your peace with this woman, and now you got
that's
your
not
peace.
what he gets, man. That's not what he gets.
I don't do that.
That's not what he gets, though. That's not what he gets.
I'm not saying it like that. I'll take that back. I'm not saying it like that. What I am saying is just that this is what she wanted. Now look what happens. And the reason why we say something is think about it. A lot of these women are killing. A lot of these white men and white women, they are killing black people, and they're not even getting arrested. What happened to the black girl that was in Hartford, Connecticut? She was online dating some white man. Guess what? They told him that, he was too nice, so he was a good guy. They didn't even arrest him. They didn't even question him. This woman right here gets to do the Baker Act. I read about it. She held the Baker Act where she said she's going to kill herself, so they put her in a mental hospital. Are you serious? We should have something to say about this, though. If you choose to date a white woman, that's your business. Don't speak ill of black people. And I'm not saying that's equivalent to his death. I'm not saying that. Just hear me out as a black woman. I love our black men, but sometimes they make some of these dumbest choices. And does it equal to death? No, it doesn't. But in this case, you got to understand why so many black women are speaking ill of him. I saw when you were saying that, okay, you've read a lot of the feeds, and some of them, you probably saw my name on there. I don't have no hate for this man, but I'm just saying, though, you can't speak ill of black people and expect us to be marching for you.
Who
You know,
asked you to march,
protesting. Like, wait a
May?
minute, you gotta have this on the
May.
record.
Who asked you to march though? Ain't nobody asked you to
No,
march.
I'm not saying that
Okay,
anybody
well,
asked you to march. I'm
what are
saying,
we
you
talking
know how
about
like
then?
when like one of us black
This
people
man
get killed and
he's
people go out and
deceived.
protest, see something like this, people are looking like, wait a minute, well, you know, hey, you're out there speaking ill of your people. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you or anybody else asked us to march or protest, but here's what I'm saying. So I can't hear you.
I didn't say anything. I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. I just saw your head moving. But that's all I'm saying. No, I respect your point. Just respect my point and other people's point. I think that a lot of black people that was on there commenting, women or men, whatever the case may be, maybe some of the comments was a little harsh. That is somebody's child. Rest in peace to
May,
him.
do
I
you
know
have
his family is
kids?
going
Do
through a
you have
lot.
kids, May?
But I mean, yeah.
Do you have kids? Do you have a son?
I have a what?
Do you have a son?
No, I have 5 girls.
Okay, you have 5 girls. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have nephews? But you have a husband, right?
Yeah. Yep, I do. Yep, I do. And I have nephews.
Okay,
Yep.
so you have nephews. So my
Yep.
thing is because earlier you said he dated a white woman and you said that's what he get and then you took it back. Then you took it back.
Yeah, I did because sometimes we get caught up in our words. I was woman enough
Oh,
to take it back. I
oh,
said that.
okay. Oh, okay. Just like you pointed
I
out at the
said that. I
beginning.
took it back.
Okay. Just like you pointed at the beginning, pointed out when, I expressed, how I used to treat black men. And you said that was me. No, that's not just me. That's not
Yeah,
just
you're right.
me.
You're
I'm
right.
just
Some
one
black
of
women
many
do
women
that. You're
that
right
can
on the
come
path.
and
You're
take
right.
accountability because I was taught wrong. I was taught wrong. Nobody taught me how to love a black man, how to treat a black man. Nobody taught me that. But I'm woman enough to come to the
Right.
table and say, I was
You know, I was
wrong.
listening.
But what I'm telling you today,
Right.
May, is what I'm telling you is at the end of the day, this is a valuable life. I know people don't view black men's lives as valuable, but I do.
I do.
This was a
Yep.
life. This was a life though. I'm not sitting up here
Yep.
digging up no tweets just because he felt like he felt about black women. Just like black women get on social media all the time, and these same black women, y'all don't get on these posts and come to
They
bat.
do. They do. They do.
They don't
They
come on
do.
these
You're
posts
absolutely
and
right.
go to bat. So why would anybody ever? This was a tragedy. Why would anybody feel like, oh, that's what he get because he was dating a white woman? Because he bashed
Let
black
me,
women. This is what
let
he
me answer
get.
that. Let me answer that. Okay, it's going mute.
You can't hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you now though. But can I answer that? I think that it was unfortunate some of the comments, and I did get caught up myself and said, well, hey, you know what? Whatever. Maybe I look back at some of the comments like, damn, maybe I shouldn't have said it. It was just on impulse. But I look at it like this, and just really hear me out for everybody though. I think that a lot of black women that were on there, we've been dogged out for so many years. Our black men are not with us. Either they're over here, they're over there. So when we see this black man and he bashed us, and you're with a white woman who's a descendant of the forefathers that enslaved your ancestors, of course we're going to speak about it though. It's just real.
But
That's
why
just how it
speak
is.
about
So
it
I don't
now?
wish death on
Why
nobody,
speak about
and
it
I'm
now
quite
though?
sure.
Why speak about it
Huh?
now? Why use that? Why, first of all, May, do you even understand? Do you even understand when our black men are out here to being killed by each other and
Yes,
they're
Killed by
of
the
course, of
police.
course.
Hold on, man, because I let you talk. When this
Okay,
is
I'm sorry.
happening, the media puts out their background, that they smoke crack,
Yes,
that they were a
yes,
criminal. That's what they do to us. When when
yes,
when they
yes.
kill one of our black men and when they kill our black women. So why would we be inside of the black community doing the same thing to each other? Now he has died. He got killed.
Yes,
And what are black people
yes.
doing? They are bringing up the fact that he bashed black women. But May, do you have that
Right,
same energy
right.
and these other women have that same energy when black women bash black women?
Yes, of course. I can't listen to me well. I have a lot of my black girlfriends who went through situations with their black men.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, oh, but
I'm
I can hear
listening.
you talking. Okay, but listen, I tell my girlfriends, I said, look, our black men may not be perfect. They went through a lot. throughout history. They're being bashed. They get discriminated against. They get pulled over by the police just like we do. But it's harder for a black man. I understand that. I don't bash black men. I may say, my God, he made some wrong choices or whatever the case may be. I think that in this particular case, and you're right, it's wrong for people to say, okay, well, just because he was dating a white woman, he shouldn't deserve this. But you're right, he does not deserve this. What I'm saying though, I think that a lot of black women are saying, okay, that's what you get. You're over here dating, bashing us, and you're dating another woman who he thought she was all that. You know how sometimes you may say, oh, he thought he was all that, so that's what you get. Unfortunately, that's the narrative. I know it's wrong. You're right when you say that it is wrong. It is wrong, but I think that black women, because they're always left to hold the bag with the kids, paying the bills, being the single parent of the household. They're like, okay, well, you out there dating that. Look what happened. I think that's what's happening here. It's not right, and you're absolutely right. It is not right, and we shouldn't bash our black men like the media do. But I think in this situation, it hurts a little bit deeper because us black women are always left with the bag. You understand what I'm saying? Now you can go
Mm-hmm.
speak.
I
I understand. Listen, I was a single mom. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I raised my boys. I'm not sitting up here saying like their dads were, in and out, and the families, played a part. So maybe sometimes I was a single mom, sometimes I wasn't. Sometimes I had help,
Right.
sometimes I didn't. But I'm gonna tell you, I had to realize, mate, that at the end of the day, every man is not the men that hurt me. I had
Right.
to
Right. You're right.
realize
You're
that.
right.
It's a, I can't sit up here. I would never be able to be married if I sat up and I felt like every black man was the same.
Right. You're so right. You're
You
so right.
understand what
You're
I'm
so right.
saying?
and another thing I want to point out is I understand having to take care of the kids and having to hold the whole responsibility, and things like that. But you know what? Nobody never come and say, well, why you got 5 and 6 and 7 kids then?
Right.
Who says that to a black woman when she's like, I'm taking care of these kids by my, well, why you have more kids then? That's not even a time or
Right.
place to
Right.
say that.
Right. Right.
You
Exactly.
see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
But right, of course, I feel you, and I'm glad that we're having this dialogue, and I think that it's very, very important, though. But like I said, just back to the black woman as a whole, just really listen to me, and I want your audience to really listen too. Like I said, though, we've been beat down so bad. We say, wow, I'm a beautiful woman, I'm educated, my house is clean, this and that, third. I have all the attributes to connecting with a man. My communication skills is good. And all of a sudden you see a lot of our brothers like, dang, you with that? You would hurt? Like, what's wrong with me? You start asking that question.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to use this case as an example or an excuse, but just understand some of the comments that were being made. They look at it like, okay, look at this. Now she's not even getting arrested. So these brothers got to really learn, sister. Listen to me. They have to learn that if you're going to take these chances and date these white women out here, okay, if something happens like this, so look what happened. She went to a mental health hospital. Would happen to us?
That's a
They'd have me in
different
all kind of
view.
handcuffs. Think of it like that.
Right. It's a
I'm not trying
different
to protect the
view.
commentators. I'm not. Okay, go ahead. I'm listening.
That's a no, that's a different view. What you just said, that's a different approach, saying like, oh,
Okay.
but the approach of saying like, no, if you watched the videos I put together, and I put those clips together for a reason. If you watch
Videos, you'll see women
Okay, I
like
gotta watch it. I gotta
you'll
watch
see
it.
women like, oh, good, we gonna sit this one out. You didn't have to come and say anything at all.
Right. Okay. That I understand. That's harsh. I understand
You
that.
see what
But
I'm saying? You didn't. Black women. No, this man's mother and family didn't come and ask nobody to march for him. They didn't ask
right,
nobody to
right,
speak
right.
up for him. They didn't ask nobody to do anything. Black women seen a shot and they took it.
you gotta call it what it is. You gotta call it what it is.
Oh yeah,
They
that's
could
yeah,
not
of
wait.
course. And then women seen a shot. Okay, are you listening to me or you're
Yep, I
talking?
can hear you.
Okay, good. But this is what I'm saying. Absolutely right when you say black women took a shot. The reason why they took that shot because it was a perfect opportunity. Unfortunately, it was a perfect opportunity to express how they've been feeling. And I'm going back to what I said prior to, okay, look, I've been holding the bag. I'm beautiful. I'm educated. I'm this, that, and the third. Why are our brothers choosing these other women? Do they feel that they're easier? What do they feel? What's wrong with me? We start asking that question. And sometimes when we, like me, I commented a few times and I look back and I kept saying, damn, that was kind of harsh. But in the midst of it, you say how you feel because we've been holding the bag for so long. And we ask ourselves, what's wrong with us? Why is the black race all messed up? Why are these brothers not understanding us sisters? Are we too strong, or what's this myth? What's the theory? What is it? You tell me though.
Do we
You just tell
understand,
me.
May? Do we understand them though? It's understanding on both sides. I can't
Yeah,
expect the
yeah,
man, I can't expect the man to come in and understand, listen, I've been hurt. I've been hurt before you. I might got
right.
some trauma inside of me, but at the end of the day, May, we're not understanding that men have been hurt. We're not understanding that they have
Don't say
trauma
don't no no
too.
no. You should retract your words. You're saying we're not understanding. That's not all of us.
No,
That's not
you're
all of
right.
us.
Some
Think
of
about the
us, you're
sisters
right.
who saying this for those men
I
and be
stand
there for them.
corrected. I
So
stand
don't say
corrected.
we're. Don't say that.
Okay, I stand corrected. Some women on
Yes,
sitting up and
yes.
having compassion and having
Right,
understanding. We want them to have understanding for us, right?
right,
So
right.
we have to have understanding for them. That's what's missing. The
That's
communication,
true. That's so
the
true.
understanding for each other, the compassion for each other. That's what's
Right,
missing
right.
with us.
It is. You're right. That is missing, and I think that it's lack of like it's a tradition. Maybe like you said that maybe someone didn't teach you how to love a black man. I think that that mirrors in a lot of our lives,
Right,
if you will, if I stand correct. That mirrors in a lot of our lives. You
right.
understand what I'm saying? No, but like I said, I don't want to sit here all night and go back and forth. I just wanted to call in because I saw one of your a little tag on there saying somebody's afraid to call in. I had to make sure my kids were set first and make sure no noise is in the background. So just that. I want to call in and speak with you. I watch your shows all the time. I may not agree with you, but it's okay to agree to disagree. You're a beautiful
Absolutely.
woman. I love all your posts though, because you be hitting them in the head. I'd be like, oh, okay, she talked about this today, but I'm glad to have this chance to speak with you, and I hope your callers can understand both sides. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Have a great
Thank you.
night.
Yeah, I appreciate you too, sister.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna close the phone lines down. I know people were, trying to, you know, call. And I'm sure this isn't the last time that we're going to, speak about something like this. I just feel like it was very unfortunate, and I also feel like this just wasn't the moment. When there's moments to say something and when there's moments like not to say something, and I just didn't feel like I felt like when I seen so many of our black men and women killed in our community, how the media try to paint a picture of them, a bad picture of them. They don't do that with other cultures. Let's be real. They only do that with us. They have to try extra hard to make us look bad and to make us look like bad people. They have to. So seeing so many women act in this manner, about this man's death was like, wow. That's how the media, paints us. Now we inside of our community and our culture, painting us the same way and taking a shot. And if it was a black man that got killed by the police and they came out with a headline, drug dealer killed by police, you know, and the police shouldn't have killed them, we will all be in an uproar. Like, why did y'all have to lead the line with drug dealer? Why did y'all have to do that? So then my question is, why did black women have to take this shot when it's the family of this man? It's a tragedy. It's a tragedy. Why are we bringing up his choices? Why are we bringing up things that he? This ain't the time. It's not the time. It's not the place. Not when he didn't do anything that black women don't do to black women. That black women don't do to the black men. He didn't do anything different. Like I said, black women seen a shot and they took it, and I feel like it's evil. I feel like it's toxic. I would never think in my mind, even somebody that did me wrong, I don't want them to die. Even somebody that probably hurt me, I don't want them to die. And I'm not going to be happy about their death. I'm just not. I'm not doing that. Like I said earlier, I think that, it's communication, it's compassion. We're disconnected. It's trauma. People are speaking from trauma. People are speaking from hurt. That's where a lot of us are speaking from. I've learned to not speak from those places because it doesn't it's ignorant, it's toxic, and it's negative. And just like May was able to come on here and say, yeah, I look back and some of the things I said were harsh. That's taking accountability. And I think that May is amazing for that. for taking that type of accountability. Coming on here, it's not about disagreeing. It's not about me and you don't agree and I hate you or I dislike you. Sometimes it's about, can we come together and have this conversation and take accountability for the things we say. My condolences, goes out to that young man's family. It really does. And I'm a black woman. And he might have been tweeting some awful things about black women, but coming from a black woman, I just pray that God wraps his loving arms around him at this time. It's unfortunate. But us as black people, I want us to get better. I want us to do better. One thing I learned in my journey is to put myself in other people's shoes. How would I feel if that was me before I react to something? How would I feel? Would I want people to say this? Would I want people to say that? Would I want people to react like that? When you react in that kind of way, you reap what you sow. It's a debt. What you laugh about right now, you will cry about it later. That's why we have to be careful being followers out here of negativity and toxic. We got to be careful. I think a lot of black women seen a boat, seen other black women being negative about it, and said, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna sit this one out. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say that." This man's family ain't asked nobody to march. They ain't asked for nobody's opinion. They didn't ask nobody to stand up for them. I don't think they need nobody to stand up for them. I think they can stand by themselves for their own loved one. I think they can. I think they can. But this negativity, it gotta stop. It gotta stop. Because you never know when the tables will turn. And God forbid somebody experience something like that. Something like that. Then you gotta reflect and you will think back on how you laughed at someone else's pain and someone else's tragedy. I yes, Holly. Look at how I said we need to be careful of what we say and how we treat each other. Absolutely. I want our culture to get better. I want us to get better with each other. I want love kills hate. We have a lot of hate in our culture, in our community. But loving one another, changing our mindset.
Compassionate, being understanding that every black man is not the ones you dated and hurt you. Understanding that every black woman is not the ones that hurt you. If we start there, if we start there and we change our mindset, some of y'all will be in great relationships. Some of y'all's marriages will get better. Friendships will get better. Family ships will get
If we change our way of thinking. Thank y'all so much. I'm so sorry that the sound has been going in and out. It's really out of my control. I have started it over. I'm sure I know why the sound keeps going in and out, but that's neither here nor there. I hope this show just in the dialogue and the people that called in, really changes some mindsets and has people think a little bit different when they approach situations like that. Thank you so much. My name is Shalakimia. I said what I said, and I'll see y'all next time.